Hello everyone, my name is Desi Romoli Simanjunta, NIM 22033211007. I will do a descriptive text learning simulation in grade 10 on listening skills.
Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning, Miss.
Morning, Miss.
Morning, Miss.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Desi Romoli Simanjunta, and I'm from Universitas Negeri Medan. Okay, here I will be a teacher in this class for the next one semester. Okay, before we start the lesson, I wanted the class monitor to lead the prayer first. Kepada Dwiki Yatska Ilhamsyah dipersilahkan.
Okay, before we start this lesson, let's pray according to our religion and beliefs. Praying start. Praying finish.
Okay, thank you Dwiki. Today, we will discuss about descriptive text about tourist attraction. Okay, let's start today's lesson. For the first, I will explain about definition of descriptive text. Descriptive text is the text that says what someone or something looks like. Atau dalam bahasa Indonesia, kita bisa mengatakannya sebagai teks yang mengatakan seperti apa seseorang atau sesuatu itu. Adapun yang menjadi social function dari teks deskriptif adalah to describe and express a particular person, place, or thing. Atau dalam bahasa Indonesia, untuk menggambarkan dan mengekspresikan orang, tempat, atau benda tertentu. Next is about text structure of descriptive text. For the first is identification atau identifikasi yang merupakan pendahuluan berupa gambaran umum tentang suatu topik. For the second is description atau deskripsi adalah ciri-ciri khusus yang dimiliki benda, tempat, atau orang yang dideskripsikan. Dan yang terakhir adalah tentang language features of descriptive text. Yang pertama adalah kata benda dan kata sifat yang terkait dengan orang, atau benda, atau tempat, atau binatang. Yang kedua adalah penggunaan kata sifat untuk memperjelas kata benda. Yang ketiga adalah kata kerja, bentuk pertama atau present tense. Yang keempat adalah ucapan, tekanan kata, intonasi ketika mempresentasikan secara lisan. Dan yang kelima adalah kata kerja tindakan, berupa run, walk, sleep, dan lainnya. Oke, selanjutnya saya akan memutar video pembelajaran mengenai teks deskriptif. Kepada murid-murid sekalian, mohon diperhatikan secara benar.
Baik, Miss.
Baik, Miss.
Hello everyone. In this video, I want to inform you about good example of descriptive text. For the first lesson, you should know what is the descriptive text. The general structure of descriptive text is identification and description. Descriptive text is a text which says what a person or a thing is like, and the purpose to describe and reveal a particular person, place, or thing. What is the characteristic of descriptive text? In this video, you can read 3 characteristics of descriptive text. Now, look at the example. This example has 2 main structures. There is identification and description. The question is, why that is a good descriptive text? And the answer is, because the description is concrete or more of the five senses. Identification is a beautiful girl. Beautiful girl is abstract, and we can describe beautiful girl is tall, has a curly hair, has a round eyes, and the color is brown, and has description is concrete. Come on, mistake descriptive facts. This example is incorrect because two reasons. Now compare the examples. One is correct, and the example 2 is. You can read the reason why example 1 is correct and the reason why the example 2 is incorrect. In the end of this video, we can conclude 3 outlines.
Baiklah, apa anak-anak bisa mengerti?
Bisa, Miss.
Bisa, Miss.
Oke, good. Baiklah, saya akan bertanya kepada satu siswa yang ada di sini. Mungkin Putri Yolanda. Putri, what is the meaning, generic structure, and characteristics of descriptive text?
The definition is descriptive text is a text which says what a person or a thing like. And then the characteristic of descriptive text is 1. Identification. It is to identifying the phenomenon to the describe, and then the description to describing parts, qualities, and characteristic. And the last is language feature. It is using simple present tense and using adjective. Just it, ma'am.
Oke, Yola. Jawabannya bagus, terima kasih.
Terima kasih, ma'am. Miss.
Well, now I want you to listen the following audio. Hope everyone hears well.
Please listen to the following monologues carefully. Text 1. Losari Beach. Losari Beach is a beautiful beach and located on the edge city of Makassar. It is located only about 3 kilometers from the center of Makassar or Karibosi part. The beach used to be the longest cafe in Asia because many cafes stand in along the beach, but now the cafes are collected in a special place so they do not spread along the coast. Charm of the beach is mainly seen in the evening when the sunset stands out. Losari is waterfront of Makassar. The length of the beach is approximately 1 kilometer and it is a public space that can be accessed by anyone. On this beach, there is a park called the Pelataran Bahari or Marine Park, with semicircular area of nearly 1 hectare. This place is a plaza with a clean floor for children to play and running around, while parents and teens sit on concrete benches to enjoy the sea breeze. From this place, you are also free to view out to the sea and watch the sunset slowly turns reddish in the line of the horizon. The reflected light also creates sheen on the surface of seawater. Text 2. Kuta Beach. Kuta Beach is beautiful beach in south of Bali. Position of this beach is on the Badung, 9 kilometers from Denpasar, which is the capital of Bali. This beach is near of Ngurah Rai Airport in Bali. Kuta is the first city with good accommodation and become the first holiday place in Indonesia. This beach is known internationally with the long sandy. It is approximately 1.5 kilometers with a lot of bars and restaurants and having a good sea for surfing. This place is known as the best place to seeing the view of sunset in the evening. All people who come in Bali will feel very happy if they can watch this panoramic sunset in this city. This is real that a lot of tourists feel happy to be there. They can sunbathe, surf, play soccer beach, kite flying, play volleyball or just walk near the sea. They can do many activities in the beach. For the people who like football, don't forget to play games with some locals. Locals usually set up the goal post between Hard Rock Cafe and Discovery Shopping Mall at 4 p.m.
Okay, after listening to the audio, let's look at the 3 questions below. Has everyone seen it?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Miss, maaf suaranya nggak kedengaran.
Tapi saya sudah unmute.
Kedengaran, Miss.
Okay. Well, for question number 1, I want Melina to answer it. Kepada Melina dipersilahkan.
Okay, number 1. What tourist attraction are described in the audio you just listened to? Is it included in the example of a good descriptive text? The audio describe about tourist attraction in Kuta Beach and Losari Beach. The text is an example of a good descriptive text because it meets the structure of descriptive text.
Okay, that's good answer, Melina. Thank you. Okay, for the second question, I want Rahel to answer it.
Is your session clearly described? Yes, Miss. I can hear the explanation from the audio very clearly. Subjek pada teks 1 dan teks 2 dijelaskan dengan sangat jelas. Audio tersebut juga menjelaskan deskripsi detail subjek, termasuk informasi tentang penampilan atau kualitas. Sehingga sudah sesuai dengan struktur teks deskriptif, juga sudah menggunakan unsur kebahasaan yang sesuai, sehingga tidak menimbulkan kebingungan pada setiap deskripsinya.
Okay, for the third question, I want Najwa to answer it.
Okay, thank you, Miss. So the third question is about, does the attraction described have special characteristic? So the answer is yes, because we can see it after we listen the audio. The first text and the second text talk about the characteristic of each beach. Like for the first beach, we can listen from the audio that the beach 3 kilometer from the center of city, and then dia dekat dengan plaza. We are free to view sunset and also reflecting light. And then the second text, we got Kuta Beach in Bali, 9 kilometer from this Denpasar, and then near Ngurah Rai Airport, known as international place and the best place of view of sunset in the evening, and lots of tourists love it. So that's why each of attraction described have special characteristic. I think that's all that I can say, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, that's good answer, Najwa. Thank you. Okay, before ending today's lesson, I want us to work on the 5 multiple choice question that I have provided to further improve the understanding of all students. Okay, I want one person to read the text and answer question number 1. I think Uci can read it. Kepada Uci, tolong dibaca.
Oke, Miss. Apakah suara saya terdengar?
Terdengar, Ci.
Terdengar,
Thank
Uci.
you. I will read about Petruk Cave. Petruk Cave is one of the leading tourist attractions in Kebumen, Central Java. The cave is located in the Dukuh Mandayana, Candirenggo village, Ayah district, Kebumen Regency. In the Petruk Cave, there is no lighting that illuminates the cave. It is still very natural cave, so that Petruk Cave is very dark to be entered. Petruk Cave's name is taken from the Punokawan of puppet characters, that is Petruk. The cave named Petruk Cave because the length of cave is long as Petruk's nose. And in the cave, there are 3 floors that are the first is a basic cave, Hindu caves, and Petruk Cave. The base cave is a short cave which is just 100 meters away. The cave is used for tourist attractions. Hindu cave is part of the cave that is usually used to put offerings to the ancestors. Inside Petruk Cave, there are so many stalactites and stalagmites, which are really awesome. If you want to explore this cave, you must be led by guides who are ready to take you through the cave. After arriving at the end of all the cave, you can see the beach or waterfall located near at the end of the cave. Okay, Miss, thank you.
Oke, Uci. Sekarang kamu bisa menjawab pertanyaan nomor 1 mungkin.
The first,
Okay, Miss.
what is the text purpose? A, to inform readers about tourism in Kebumen. B, to entertain reader about Petruk Cave. C, to explain the reader about flowers in Petruk Cave. D, to introduce the local tourism in Kebumen. E, to describe Petruk Cave. Jawabannya E, ma'am. To describe Petruk Cave. Miss.
Yes, that's right. The answer is E. Okay, for the second question, I think Anggi Putri can answer.
Yes, me. Number 2, why did Petruk Cave named as one of the character in Punokawan puppet? So the answer is, I think answer is D, because the cave's length is as long as Petruk's nose.
Yes, that's right. The answer is D. Okay, for the next question, maybe Dwiki can answer.
Which part of Petruk Cave which used for place to put foods for ancestor? I think the answer is C, in Hindu cave. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. The answer is C. Okay, for the next question. Yes, maybe Adelia can answer.
Okay, Miss. Number 4. What is stalactitis means? I think the answer is A, Miss. A type of formation that hangs from the...
Yes, that's right. The answer is A. Okay, for the last question, maybe Melina can answer it.
Okay, number 5. What is lead means in paragraph 2? I think the answer is A, guide.
Yes, that's right. The answer is A. All right. Maybe this is our lesson for today. I will give homework for you and do in groups. I want you to make 2 groups and the members can be chosen by yourselves. I will give the audio and the command letter via the WA group. Baiklah, murid-murid sekalian, sebelum kita benar-benar mengakhiri pelajaran hari ini, saya ingin bertanya kepada beberapa siswa yang ada di ruangan ini sekarang. Mungkin yang pertama saya akan bertanya kepada Melina. Melina, apa yang kamu dapat dari pelajaran hari ini?
Baik, Miss, yang saya dapat dari pelajaran pada hari ini, yang pertama adalah descriptive text adalah teks yang mengatakan seperti apa seseorang atau sesuatu itu. Nah, social function dari descriptive text adalah to describe and express a particular person, place, or thing. Selanjutnya, struktur dari teks deskriptif adalah yang pertama adalah identifikasi yang berisi pendahuluan berupa gambaran umum tentang suatu topik. Nah, yang kedua adalah deskripsi yang berisi tentang ciri-ciri khusus yang dimiliki benda tersebut, tempat atau orang yang dideskripsikan. Nah, language features-nya yang ada adalah kata benda dan kata sifat yang terkait dengan orang, benda, tempat, atau binatang. Yang kedua adalah penggunaan kata sifat untuk memperjelas kata benda. Yang ketiga adalah kata kerja bentuk pertama atau present tense. Yang keempat adalah ucapan, tekanan kata, intonasi ketika mempresentasikan secara lisan. Dan yang terakhir adalah kata kerja tindakan seperti run, walk, sleep, dan lain-lain. Hanya itu, Miss. Terima kasih.
Nice, berarti Melina benar-benar memahami ya. Terima kasih Melina. Baik, selanjutnya saya ingin bertanya kepada Adelia. Adelia, apa saja yang kamu dapatkan dari pelajaran hari ini?
Saya sudah memahami mengenai descriptive text itu, mendescribe mengenai manusia, benda, hewan, dan descriptive text ini perlu kita pelajari agar suatu saat jika kita menulis teks deskriptif, kita sudah memahaminya, Mas. Itu saja dari saya, Mas.
Baiklah, Delia, terima kasih. Kamu juga sudah memahaminya. Oke, sekarang mari kita akhiri pembelajaran kita pada hari ini. Terima kasih kepada murid-murid yang sudah memperhatikan selama saya menjelaskan. Now, I wanna the class monitor to lead his friends to pray at the end of today's lessons. Kepada Dwiki Yatska Ilhamsyah, dipersilahkan.
Okay, before we end this lesson, let us pray according to our religion and beliefs. Praying start. Praying finish.
Baik, terima kasih Dwiki. Oke, murid-murid sekalian, next week kita akan belajar tentang announcement. Jadi persiapkan diri kita masing-masing supaya besok ada sedikit mungkin yang kita ketahui sebelum kita membahasnya. Baik, terima kasih.
Thank you, Miss.